We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Reeds drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
Hello and welcome to La La Land on LA Talk Live. That's Dorothy Dillingham Blue.
And there's Brett Chapin. How you doing?
Thanks for joining us on La La Land. This is the only nationally broadcast show by Los Angeles artists about Los Angeles artists on episode 136. We got some good guests today.
We do. And we've both
As
been
always.
really busy with like theater stuff, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. Lead us down that path. Tell
Yes.
everyone what we did on
yes.
Tuesday separately.
Well, but for Saturday. Remember, first was the Saturday thing.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Right. So last week I was given tickets to the Geffen, but we weren't sure what the show was because there are two shows running. So we went and picked up the tickets, and the winner was Wait Until Dark. So we
Yes.
went to Wait Until Dark at the Geffen. It was a fabulous show. I had a great time.
Really, really good.
Yes.
Seriously, one of the best shows I've seen this year. Yeah.
Great suspense. I thought the way they worked with the space itself, especially in the light design, the use of light and dark, which is very important with the plot of the show, was great. The cast was fantastic.
What a great villain, huh? Oh. Wrote. Good stuff.
Yeah, Rote was amazing.
I don't remember his name, but
Me
he was
neither.
fantastic.
My program's in the car. I probably should have brought it in. Anywho, but that's a fantastic show. And so they are running, I believe, through December 8th, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes.
check that out at thegeffenplayhouse.org.
Wait Until Dark.
Wait Until Dark. Yeah, very nice. And then
Who was the? Do you remember the name of the female lead because she was amazing?
Allison
as well?
Pill.
That was it, Allison Pill. I knew it
Allison
was
Pill.
someone that had a recognizable name.
Yes. So
Yeah.
she's currently on the Aaron Sorkin's show about the news.
The Newsroom.
Newsroom. That would be why it's about the news.
Yes.
Because it's called Newsroom.
Allison Pill, we love you. Great job in Waiting for Dark.
That was
Until
fantastic.
Dark.
Wait Until Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had did not realize there was a young girl role in it as well.
Yeah.
And that's a great opportunity for a younger actress to really shine in a role that's not easy at all.
No.
She goes through has a great through line for her character. So that was
It'd be a
lot
great
of
show.
fun.
I'm dying to do that at Theater Palisades.
I know. That would be fun.
TheaterPalisades.com.
Yes. Where I'm going to see The Foreigner tonight.
Yes, I've seen it. It's awesome.
I love that show.
Yeah.
It's fun. Talked to Tony Teresi last night, the director. Just hanging out.
We've had him on the show before.
We have.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy. He is a fun guy. And then Tuesday, we split duties as hosts.
Right.
We try to get everywhere. We really do. We try to get to everyone's show. Like if you send us something about your shows, we really do make a concerted effort. At least one of us to get there. That's the advantage of having co-hosts. Is they were like, all right, where are you going? Okay,
And still
and we still missed one.
Yeah. Still 90% of the time when we do get invites, we're not able to make them.
I know.
We can't be 20 people at once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because we both work as well. So
Right. And are popular.
it's true.
Yeah.
But yes, so on Tuesday you went to
I went to go see 12 Angry Men at the Pasadena Playhouse.
yes with our guest from last week, Barry Pearl.
Yes.
Oh,
Barry
dog.
Pearl was awesome. Sheldon Epps, one of the best directed shows. He did a really great job directing that. He's
Great.
been a guest as well. And I have to say, it was probably the best production of, notwithstanding Theater Palisades, probably the best production of 12 Angry Men that I've seen. Just in so far as there were so many levels and the intensity was there so much, and the dialogue was just quick and spot on and right where it needed to be. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And
I'll
what
try
did
to
you
get
do
to it.
on Tuesday?
I went to go see our friend Candace Courtney. She was performing at the Wits End in Venice on Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she did a short set there, and including a song that she performed here when she was a guest and performing with David Kowal, the writer that she works with and pianist. And that was a great show. Oh my goodness! And I saw some of the people that were there before her, and there was a gal that was after her as well. And it's interesting to, because a lot of shows, places that you get a gig to see how many people show up to see you in order to get a bigger gig, and the ratio of attendees to talent is not always even. So,
Right.
I saw a person at the show who had a very rambunctious group that came to see them. But if your songs aren't really memorized and you're a little spotty as far as pitch and accompanying yourself, then I don't know if that really deserves an entire set. But that's just my personal opinion.
Are you talking about Candace's show?
Not Candace. No.
No.
Candace. What was it? Candace? It was an early time. Like she was on at 7:30 or something, and it's hard to get people there at 7:30.
Yeah.
We were a vocal group, and we were a strong group to back her, and she gave an amazing set.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't be talking about Candace.
No,
It must have
no.
been somebody else. That
It was somebody
after
else.
Her, right?
It was someone that I don't want to say if it was before or after, but it was it was just. She gave such a great set with such wonderful performance, and David Kowal is an amazing pianist and person to be on stage with. I mean, they really have a great chemistry on stage. So, I want her. I want her to get more gigs based on the fact that she is an amazing talent, and not that she has like people going, "Woo! What's up? Woo!" That's
Right, because anybody that does
Anyone
that,
can-
it means
yeah.
they're talented, clearly.
Right.
If they have audience doing that.
whatever. It's like bringer shows when you're a stand-up. I mean, those are just a nightmare.
When you
bringer?
bring your friends?
Yeah, you got to how late you go on in the program is according to how many people you've brought
They
with
really
you.
do that? Wow.
Yes, you didn't know this?
No.
Oh, yes.
I've never worked in stand-up comedy before. Have you
I
done
have.
stand-up before?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
There's
so many things you don't know.
a year. I'm learning things about you every day.
Yes.
Very cool.
There are many skeletons in my closet.
So, so we both
Comedically,
did
in
stuff
other
on Tuesday
Yeah, we both did stuff on Tuesday
for the show
Uh-huh.
and had a great time.
Yes.
So the lessons we've learned here are go see Candace Courtney
yes.
as often as possible.
As often, so her website is CandaceSingsHere.com.
CandaceSingsHere.com.
Mm-hmm.
Go see 12 Angry Men at the Pasadena Playhouse because it's amazing. And by the way, I didn't even mention the set design is fantastic.
Cool.
And
Wait Until Dark.
Wait Until Dark. Go see that.
Yes. And we have some guests from another show you should see here today.
You should see this show.
Yeah, the Bel Airs at the El Portal, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Go to elportaltheater.com for information on that. I'm kind of familiar with this show a little bit. Yeah. I might be performing in it.
Mm-hmm.
But we have our amazing director, Vinny Taranti, producer and actress Julie Berry, and actor Barry Shea on the show.
Wonderful.
Can't wait to talk to them.
Yeah.
Barry just did our pre-show announcement. He has an awesome radio voice.
Excellent.
I've been telling him this from the beginning.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, and can I give a personal plug?
Yes. Oh, please.
Well, you can go on the Big Lots website right now because I'm one of the deal divas for the Big Lots holiday commercial campaign, and we have a fun viral video on there right now. So it's biglots.com/divas, and then you can check out what we were up to behind the scenes during some of the. And it's all about prepping for Black Friday, and we're very definite about our opinions. So I've still been doing that, and yeah. And
Dorothy
hey,
looks very tall.
you
in the
you almost said
commercials.
humongous,
I was-
and I appreciate you holding back.
Did you see that?
I appreciate it.
Yes, very tall in the commercials.
Thank you.
Which is surprising because
I'm an old
she's-
Navy 6.
Yeah.
So
how
anyway.
tall are you in real life?
In real life, I'm 5'4.5".
5'4.5". You look 6 feet in the commercial. It's crazy what they do with the lighting and however they did that. I mean, they had you in heels, but
It's called heels.
still, I mean, if you're 5'4", those would have to be 8-inch heels to make you
I have
6 feet.
excellent posture. I
Clearly.
have excellent posture.
Clearly.
Pilates, dance. This is why you put your kids in dance class, okay? I mean, I've been seeing slouchy kids a lot lately, and it just pisses me off. Like, sit up straight, young lady. Seriously. Just pisses me off. Oh, and can I please have some singing and dancing boys? I mean, what is wrong with being a singing and dancing boy? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. In fact, you know what? If you want your son to have a definite job, teach them how to dance. Put them in dance class. Have them be a professional dancer. They will never be without a job. Period. End of story. Am I right? You're right. Thank you.
I know where kids can take classes somewhere to learn these things.
Where is that?
Well, at Theater Palisades. I hear they have a good youth theater.
They do. In fact, we're having auditions today from 2 to 5 for Ever After the Musical, and we are still looking for a Frog Prince. Just saying.
Love it. See how I led you into that?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we should also mention Barrymore, our friend Janet Miller. We're going to see that on next Saturday, right?
Yeah.
It's playing at the Matrix Theater, and it's getting some fantastic reviews.
Not surprising. Their A Man of No Importance was one of my favorite shows of the year. I think that's... I still think about it a lot of times. I'm like, oh, I remember when that song was on.
Got nominated for some ovations and did really well for itself.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool. And we also have the lovely Lena Gwendolyn Hill here today.
Why, yes, we do.
Yes.
We're going to be back to talk to her in a moment.
Right.
You can find information on her at lenahill.com.
Fabulous.
And if you have any questions for any of our amazing guests, you can go ahead and give us a call at 323-473-3100.
Fabulous.
323-473-3100. Our new call-in line where we can take multiple calls and we can even Skype in.
Excellent. I love it.
And if you want to tweet us a question, you can do that too at La La Land Talk. If you want to check out more information on us, facebook.com/LaLaLandTalk, twitter.com/LaLaLandTalk. You can send us an email if you would like to be a guest or you have any questions at lalalandtalk@gmail.com. And I guess that's it. We'll cut to commercial and be back on La La Land with Brett and Dorothy on LA Talk Live.
All right. See you in a minute.
This is Brett Chapin.
And this is Dorothy Dillingham Blue, inviting you to join us every Saturday at noon Pacific Standard Time for our show, La La Land Talk.
Join us as we talk with some of the top talent in LA. Artists' untold stories, your phone calls, and live on-location broadcasts have made La La Land one of the best sources in LA for everything entertainment.
So don't forget to tune in to La La Land Talk.
exclusively on latalklive.com.
You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com.
Saturdays at noon Pacific time. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/lalalandtalk, Twitter, twitter.com/lalalandtalk. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live.
And we are more than just talk. I think we've got a Shakespeare monologue or two we could do. Yeah.
Jazz hands.
Kickball change.
Good
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
I'll do some Pippin.
Ooh, yeah. Some miming. I'm in a box. I'm in a box. I'm in a box.
Hey guys, sick of all that top 40 music? Well, join me, Lixie the Engineer, and Mondo on our brand new show, Band with Mondo, where we support sounds from the underground every Saturday with a new artist from 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So tune in to live in-studio performances, Q&As with the artists, drunken debauchery, and much more, exclusively here on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
What have you done? Oh, wow. I was sure up to now that she was a friend.
Welcome back to La La Land on LA Talk Live. That's Dorothy Dillingham Blue. I'm Brett Chapin. That was some Luther Vandross, is who that was.
That's right. You cannot go wrong with Luther, Van Eric. You just speak the truth on a daily basis. You do. That's true.
You speak the truth with your music, Van Eric. Amazing guy. Oh, and we always forget, by the way, since we're talking to Van Eric, to thank our amazing intern, Sophie.
Yes.
She's here every week
Thank you, Sophie.
for, tweeting and writing about us and writing stuff on the show, and we appreciate you back there, Sophie.
Thank you, Sophie.
Yes. And we're here with Lena Gwendolyn Hill.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So we were trying kind of to get you on last week before your amazing cabaret show last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Weren't able to do it, but tell us about your cabaret at the Lemon Room that you just did this week.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys are seeing theater and stuff, and
We can't get to everything.
I know. It just splits you both
terrible.
in half.
I know.
And
there'd be four of us.
Jinx!
I owe you a Coke.
How'd it go?
It went. I think it was a triumph. That's what I think, anyway. Yeah. So
That was mine. You turned mine up.
Oh,
Anyway.
Oh, I did.
Yep.
messing with our headgear here. Want to make sure that we're not screaming in each other's ears.
Yeah. It's all good. Oh.
Yeah, so it was a triumph. The thing is that I finished doing a show this spring, and then I spent the whole summer trying to figure out what to do next. And you keep going on auditions and asking people to please put you in their shows, and there just wasn't a space for me. And I was taking voice lessons, and my voice teacher, Zephin Quinn Hollis, he said, do your own show. And then simultaneously, I think I read like 15 articles on Backstage West and everybody, and they all kind of say the same thing, that there's just not enough work for everybody. And if you want to work, then creating your content is the next step. So with very much trepidation, I went ahead and did it, because I've never done a show that was just me. I'd been parts of musical reviews before, and where I had a significant chunk of the show dedicated to what I was doing, but never anything that was just like, I need to come up with everything. I have to come up with the concept, the order, the exact pieces that we're going to be bringing in, who is going to be bringing in, and it was such an exciting process. Because I've never done it before, and I would love to do it again, especially now that I know how to kind of do it.
And there's something empowering about having the reins to your own performance.
Yeah.
Really holding those reins. Even if you start off without a whole lot of confidence, by the time you get to the performance itself, I think it gives you that sense of yes, it's all on me, but it's all on me. you know?
Yeah. That was the funny thing is because along the way we got such amazing people to work with us, and we had a really great director, Nancy Dobbs Owen, and she. During our last rehearsal, she wanted me to do something, and I was rehearsing it and not doing a very stellar job at it, and she kind of looked at me, and I was like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to embarrass you." And she was like, "I'm not the one who's going to be embarrassed." I was like, "Oh yeah, it's my show. I forgot." Yeah, okay. But then I could use that in my show. I was like, you know what? I have to stop for a moment. I'm going to drink some water because it's my show. I can
There
do
you
things
go.
like that. Yeah. So, and then people would defer to me and look at me like, do you want to cut this song? Do you want to add this song? This is your show. You get to decide. And it was pretty exciting. And also there's pressure involved in it. Yeah, but I think in the end, it turned out really well, and we had a packed house, and that's the other part about doing a show all on your own, especially somebody like me. It's not like I have thousands of people as a fan base or anything, so to walk out and to see that you do have a packed house is a pretty phenomenal feeling.
Because you were sold out like a week before the show.
Oh
even,
yeah,
weren't
yeah. And we had a long waiting list too, and we were kind of lucky that we had a lot of cancellations the day of the show. So we could just have a packed house instead of having people just standing and squishing, which was kind of something that I was a little bit nervous about. But everybody had a seat. Everybody was comfortable. It's a really lovely room, the Lemon Room. And I couldn't have done any of that without them. They're really supportive and helpful, and they took care of a lot of the things that I thought I was, as a producer of the show, I was going to have to be in charge of, but they did it all. So I was really lucky like that, to find people like that who are willing to help me.
What a great way to learn, just being thrown into the fire like that
Yeah.
and having to do it on your own. And
Yeah, absolutely. And we took about 2 months from concept to execution. And that's mainly because we got an amazing accompanist, Cassie Nichols. She's a musical director around town. She's just phenomenal. And because she's so phenomenal, she's needed and wanted other places and stuff. So we needed to work around her schedule. So that's why it kind of took as long as it did. But
you're going to do it again?
I kind of hope that we do.
Yeah.
It'd be lots of fun. I don't have any plans to do it yet. My next plan is to kind of, because we videotaped it and took really good audio of it. So I'm hoping to edit it. And so I have some extra content to put out into the world, which is also never something that I've never done before either. So.
And because this could become a regular thing, you could have like a weekly cabaret thing that you do.
I would love that. I would love
somewhere.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How fun.
It would be so phenomenal. I already take this class where we have to come up with new music every single week anyway. So every week I'm putting together something anyway. So I might as well just stick it all together in one show.
Sure, and
Why not?
be able to perform it.
Like bring in new
Good
music
stuff.
as in music you've written, or new music as in.
No, just music that's out in the world that
Okay.
you want to sing.
Kind of like the music that's on lenahill.com.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
What you wanted to talk about producing your own work?
Yeah.
And that thing. That was one thing that we wanted to cover.
Yeah.
What did you want to speak about that?
Well, I just wanted to, because it seems to be something that people like the community is urging other people to do a lot. And I think there's kind of a pressure for people to produce their own work. And I think there's a lot to be learned from that. And I think wouldn't want to discourage people from doing it, but producing your own work is producing your own work. There's a lot more extra stuff out there than to get done, to be had, that you don't originally envision when you begin. And but that's kind of the dark side. But the light side of it is this community that we have here in LA is always astonishing to me. I think that we kind of get a bad reputation for being like people who just want to be on stage in order to get to the next level or something like that. But the people that I've encountered haven't been that way. They just want to perform because that's what we do. And the community is really strong. Like that kind of community is really strong. So if you want to produce your own work, you have to really reach out to that community and trust that they are going to provide, because they do. And it's something that I have a hard time asking people for help anyway. And so when I was putting this together and I have to go out and say, hey, would you mind doing this for me? And then, of course, like, yeah, sure, yeah. This is our community. We're here to bolster and help each other.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, it's how it should be. And I think and I think LA has such a strong community, and I'm really very privileged to be part of it. Yeah.
Because people in New York do cabaret shows all the time at 54 Below, and it's never, no one ever looks at them and says, oh, they're doing it because they want to be,
Exactly.
get some sort of, they're doing it because they get tired of singing whatever song they've been singing 8 shows a week, and they want to do something a little different or something like that. So I think that's what the opportunity is.
Yeah.
If you get a gig at 54 Below, that's a big deal in New York.
Yeah, it's huge.
You know, here it's maybe a little less of a big deal, but still pretty significant.
Sure. Yeah. But I said 54 Below, but what I meant, it wasn't just there, it was cabaret spaces.
in general.
Yeah.
Cabarets in general.
Yeah. Why is that, do you suppose? This actually brings us to an interesting thing. Why do you think cabaret in New York is so huge and not quite so much in Los Angeles, except for Lena Gwendolyn Hill's last show?
I think it's because Broadway is seen as such. It's like there's Broadway, and then people have time between shows. Maybe your show ends, and you don't want to stop performing. I mean, shows
Right.
close all the time, and these are people that are talented, and it's not that they want to be seen for the next project. It's just that after you do 8 shows a week, wouldn't you be a little bored for a while? I mean,
So it's because theater is more respected in New York?
I think so. Yeah,
I think so.
I think or not just the theater, but I think the artists at times, and but that's just a guess of mine. I don't know if that's for certain.
Yeah, that would make sense. Give us a call and give us your opinion at 323-473-3100.
Yeah.
Tell us why cabaret is important in Los Angeles and in New York.
But and I think it's gaining in its importance and its respect in Los Angeles.
It is.
Yeah.
Especially
Really is.
from about 5 years ago, even solo performances in general. Because I know when former guest Naomi Grossman, when she was starting to do hers, the shows that I saw, when I would watch them, and it had a lot to do with the material, tended to be because she was in a co-program with someone else, and it was just a little, I don't know any other way to put this, but masturbatory, and it wasn't particularly interesting to watch. It was just kind of like, but now there's like a through line, there's a story, there's it's more than just me. It's like, look, this is what I want to share.
I love what Michael Sterling at the Federal has done. Every Sunday he has Broadway people and doing cabarets there, just cabarets. It's
He's
great.
an amazing cabaret performer. Amazing. The
Yes.
thing about the me thing is I got really nervous about that too. I was like, how am I going to be just myself on stage for an hour and a half just singing to people? So I invited 3 guys to come and sing with me, and it helped on so many levels because it's such a collaborative art form, and they're amazing performers. There's Ben Rovner, John Hand, and Zephyr Quinn-Hollis. And they're amazing performers. They have a lot of input. And then I don't have to do so many solo pieces. Then we can do duets and trios and quartets. And it created a lot of different kinds of levels.
I think
to
that's
the
really
show.
smart.
Yeah. And they're beautiful too. They're 3 gorgeous men. So
They're so pretty.
If you're gonna do a show by yourself, ask the 3 most gorgeous men you do. Next time I'll ask you, Brett.
So
Well, thank
just
you.
a review.
I saw Ben in Company, in
Oh,
Leah's
okay.
Person Company. He is gorgeous.
Yeah, and
He
just
is.
to
He's a gorgeous
reiterate,
man.
those singing and dancing boys, they are appreciated.
Yes, absolutely.
And needed.
100%.
And they can learn skills at Theater Palisades Youth.
Or in general, just sign up for a dance class. Like, seriously.
The thing about like Ben is somebody like Ben Rovner, because he played Bobby in Company, in the company that I was in.
He did a great job.
He was really amazing, right? And he's not a musical theater performer.
Oh, he's not?
He's an actor who could sing. And he just fit that role so well. And he, and with Trepidation, he kind of went forward and did the role and did a really great job. And then I asked him to do the show, knowing that it makes him a little bit nervous, but I know he needs to get up and sing. He needs to be able to he has such a unique quality on stage. He has such a unique voice on stage, and he doesn't sound like the thousands of other Broadway stars. He has something very, very unique that he can bring, and he's also beautiful. So he kind of works. He would work a ton in that world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He really would, and I think a lot of guys, like you said, they should come to the musical theater land.
Yes.
They will be well accepted, as Mr. Chapin knows.
And seriously, do you know how popular you'll be with the girls in high school? I'm just saying.
Seriously.
You'll
It's true,
be
guys. It's
coordinated.
true.
You'll be with them, around them all the time.
Or the boys.
Or the
because
boys.
If you're that, yeah.
But I mean,
It's a very friendly atmosphere.
extremely.
How about you, Lena? Where do you see yourself going with this whole theater thing in let's say 5 years? Where would you like
That's
to be?
an interesting question because as when I came to be the guest the first time around, I told you guys that I was out of this world for 5.5 years, and I've been in it now for a year, and I think this whole year it's kind of made me really think hard about where I want to be and what I want to do. And every time I try to do more film and TV, the music always pulls me back. And I keep getting more jobs in that world.
Mm-hmm.
So I think wherever the universe pulls me, that's where I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I love to sing. I love to sing for people. And if anybody wants to have me do that, I will be glad. I will be so glad. And I'll keep on working.
Well, you have a beautiful voice, and you can hear samples of Lena's music on her website, lenahill.com.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you want to sing something for us now?
Oh, Lordy.
Pressure.
Oh, I could sing just a little bit of Being Alive.
Let's hear it.
yeah.
Tiny
Yes.
bit. Somebody hold me too close. Somebody hurt me too deep. Somebody sit in my chair and ruin my sleep and make me aware of being alive. Being alive.
Ah, very
Hey.
nice.
My face is red too.
It's like a songbird over here. It sounds great.
Thank you.
Lena Hill, lenahill.com. Lena Gwendolyn Hill is her name. Acting and singing is her game.
Woo.
Yes.
I thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah. Well, I have an idea for your next cabaret.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, because I heard there's a cabaret. They do this in it's like a fundraiser in New York, but they have women sing all men's standards and vice versa.
Oh yeah,
That would be fun.
Ooh,
That's a
and
good
a
time.
good piece for that would be
Oh,
Being
Being
Alive.
Alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Okay, so let me write this down. We got
Write
a
it down.
cheesesteak
Yeah,
contest.
right. We're gonna have a cheesesteak competition, and then we're gonna have a
Cheesesteak
show.
taste-off.
We're gonna and then we'll have a show where we have men sing women's standards and vice versa. You're
Got
in,
it.
yes?
I am in.
Awesome.
Check.
One down.
And on that note, we'll be back
On La La Land with Brett and Dorothy.
on LA Talk Live.
Every night she walks right in my dreams. Since I met her from the start, I'm so proud I am the only one who is special in her heart. The girl is mine. The doggone girl is mine. I know she's mine because the doggone girl is mine. I don't understand the way you think, saying that she's yours, not mine. Sending roses and your silly dreams, really just a waste of time, because she's mine. The doggone girl is mine. Don't waste your time, because the doggone girl is mine. I love you more than he. Take you anywhere. But I love you endlessly. feel it's time. I know she'll tell you I'm the one for her, 'cause she said I blow her mind. The girl is mine. The doggone girl is mine. Don't waste your time, because the doggone girl is mine. She's mine. She's mine. No, 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 she's mine. The girl is 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 mine. Mine, mine. Yep, she's mine. Mine, mine. The girl is mine. Mine, mine. Yes, she's mine. Mine, mine. Don't waste your time, because the doggone girl is mine. Girl is mine.
Michael, we're not going to fight about this, okay?
Paul, I think I told you.
Hey LA Talk Live listeners, be sure to tune in to Bandwidth Mondo every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. to catch live in-studio performances from a new artist every week.
Also streaming on Radio Flag, iTunes Radio, Live 365, and Ustream.tv.
Hello, I'm Joel Ramirez
And I'm Lolita Robinson Coppage, and welcome to Joy in My House
on LATalkLive.com. Inspirational radio
with a touch of recovery.
A reality show where nothing is left unsaid.
And no one is insignificant who says it.
Exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV.
Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Barbara Perkins, inviting you to join us every Sunday afternoon at 2:40 for Sisters at the Well Radio, a conversation with women about women. Join us as we share stories about current events, jazz events, business opportunities, health and wellness, entertainment, and so much more. So don't forget to tune in Sundays at 2:40, exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, or watch and listen directly at LATalkLive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Welcome back to La La Land on LA Talk Live. That's Dorothy Dillingham Blue rocking out. I'm Brett Chapin. And we are here with the two cast members actually, and two members of the creative team behind the Bel Airs at the El Portal Theater. We have Julie Berry, producer and actress. And
Hi. This is my first radio experience. So I'm feeling a little shy.
Don't worry, just talk to us.
Yeah, there's no one listening but us.
Yeah.
And we have director Vinny Taranti. Hello, Vinny.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
And actor Barry Shea.
Hi.
Hey, Barry. Come over here and talk in there.
Talk in here.
There
yes.
we go.
Yes.
Hama.
Thanks for joining us, guys. I know a little bit about this show.
Just a little.
Yes, I'm a small part of it. We're running through December 8th at the El Portal Theater, Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, Sunday matinee and night performance. And Vinny, I'll start with you.
Okay.
You're our amazing director. Tell us a little bit about how this project came to you.
How it came to us, actually, this is part of a library of films, actually, that was for a motion picture. This was something that was to go to a TV series back in the 70s. My godmother, Maria Elena Cellino, wrote this, and Julie and I, which have been working on stuff for about the last 7 years, decided to take one of these projects that was written for the motion picture and to adapt it to the stage as best as possible. And that's why we decided to grab the Bel Airs. Since it has to do with rival superstars, the golden era of Hollywood, and thought it'd just be something that people would like to see. So we started collaborating on it probably about 6 months ago, took the script and made it fit to the stage as best as we could, actually.
So this is a world premiere of a stage?
Actually,
wow.
yes. Yeah.
You've neglected to mention this part of it, Brett.
Hey, Dorothy, it's a world premiere.
Thanks.
And a great show. We're having a great time working on it. And you and Julie have just been working so hard to get us there. If you could speak to maybe what are some of your favorite parts and what have been some of the challenges?
Well, some of the challenges actually been is because this was written as a motion picture. So it had like 300 locations. It had 400 people. We did not want to take away from how it was written because everything's written with timing, and I didn't want to take away from the writer on it. So we went from page one, and so the difficulties have been we've got 27 scenes. We've got a 3-act play. We've got averaged, each scene is probably about maybe 2.5 minutes is what it is. So it's very different. It's like watching a television series get shot is what it is. You've got some quick set changes. The story moves really fast. But the challenges have been in the technical of making movement with the sets as fast as possible. So that's really with that and with the lighting. But that's the biggest challenge because usually when you see a play, it's a 3-act. It might have 3 or 4 different scenes within the act. This one has 26, 27. So we introduce it that way that it basically is like watching a television show is basically what it is.
Yeah. And sometimes the scenes are, 2-3 minutes, and then the lights will come down. There'll be a set change. Another one for 2-3 minutes. The lights come down. So it's very it's been challenging in that way. But I think the audiences are not too upset about the set changes.
No, they've got it. The first couple nights, and we opened up, as you said, we opened up on the 14th. Out of the shows we've had so far, we have 2 sold-out nights, a sold-out matinee, and our opening night was sold out. Our houses have been pretty good, So, again, as it moves on, the more that we do it, the smoother it becomes. Again, the set changes, the actors, the chemistry. People last night that saw it, they loved it. The people that came, they really enjoyed the show. They said it was very entertaining. As opposed to sitting down and looking at some plays that you can sit and watch a scene go on for 35 minutes and tell yourself, when is this going to get over? This one here, you want these scenes to develop more, but we had to keep it as true as the writer wrote it on the scenes. But yeah, it seems to be working. People seem to be loving it. So
great.
And Julie, how did you come to this project? How did you come to be involved with the Bel Airs? And how are you enjoying it so far?
Oh, I'm enjoying it. It has its ups and downs, but
Sure.
I'll keep the downs to myself. But anyway, we have a lot of wonderful actors. I guess it's just
We're honest on
Really?
all of it.
Yeah.
Do I have to be honest?
Yes.
It's Brett, isn't it? It's Brett
guess
that is so freaking annoying.
Totally my fault.
They're
So
all
Brett.
wonderful, but I guess it's learning to adjust to all of the artistic egos. At least
Oh my God.
I hope everyone's not going to hate me after this. But everyone, we have
Just
a
300,000 people listening. It's okay.
a bunch of wonderful actors. But
We're nothing if not honest on this show.
Vinny
Sorry.
and I.
And can you talk a little closer to your
Oh,
mic?
okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Vinny and I got together a number of years ago. I was in a play, and we needed a few more actors, and so met Vinny then. And the actor was supposed to be a love interest, and the other actor was very good, but I think he forgot to wear his deodorant that day. So I begged the director to let Vinny be the love interest, and he turned out to be. Oh, well, you asked for honesty.
Well, because clearly Vinny wears his deodorant.
Well done, Vinny.
Thank you.
Well done.
So then we became friends over the years, and this is the third one we've produced together.
Excellent.
Yeah, you lose out on opportunities when you do not take personal hygiene into account. So So please, you must shower before all shows and wear any kind of deodorant.
Or if you're one of those actors that spits a lot and you have to talk close to somebody, that's never good either.
Not good.
Good stuff. Wow, I love it. We go from talking about cheesesteaks last week to talking about actors that spit and deodorant.
And ego.
It got to be.
We're all over the place on La La Land.
Sorry.
No, it's all
No, it's good stuff. If you have any questions about any of that, give us a call at 323-473-3100. 323-473-3100.
You're my favorite guest ever.
Actor Barry Shea. Hey,
Yes.
Barry.
Hey.
So you're an actor in the Bel Airs. Obviously, this came to you through an audition. How have
Yes.
you been enjoying the process?
Oh, it's been
Right across.
a phenomenal process, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. And we at this point, we've had about 6 shows now, so we're really getting into it now. Everybody's getting more relaxed, and so now the fun begins. We could be, and I commend these two. It's a great endeavor, and from the get-go, I've been into it, and that, it was a lot of rehearsing, and but it's there now. It's going on, and. It's going to be fun, and they're great people.
We have one character in particular who seems to be getting a lot of love from the audience. Our mailman, Scotty. He took this character when and you can talk about this too. He took this character when I read it was very. It's
the mailman.
one level. He's a mailman, and he had some funny lines, but he did this amazing characterization of it that's just getting so much love from the audience. He's one of a kind. J. Michael
Ferniani. Yes. Yeah. He actually directed me in his last play.
Oh, did he?
And he was an actor in it. It was called Who Can Stop the Moon? And we did it at the Meta Theater off of Melrose Avenue in West Hollywood. Anyway, so it was ironic that he replaced another actor that had some controversy, conflicts with this part, with the play. So he dropped out, and all of a sudden here, J. Michael walks in, and it was like deja vu, because it was about exactly almost a year that we did his play to this month, and here we are, working because he was in that play that he wrote and directed, and now he's doing a great job. Yeah, he's very colorful.
Well, now you can just set your calendar and just go like, all right, November, we're in a show.
Yeah, exactly.
Tis the season to be in a show with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it's always a little nerve-wracking when you're going into a world premiere like this and stuff, because it's never had an audience, so you never know how an audience is going to react until opening night. So I think that when he joined the cast, we all relaxed a little bit, because we're like, okay, this is going to be funny. There's going to be this funny character.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It works well.
I think that's a possibility with I think some people look at smaller characters and think there's not much to do, and I think that's they are the biggest opportunity in a show. That character where you're like, when are they coming back?
Yeah.
Are they coming back in another scene? Because if they're not, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Right.
So those are the opportunities. Those are the ones that those smaller roles, or the people that really commit to them. Those are the ones that people ask me about most.
You can do so much with them. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vinny, what do you think you want to have people take away from this show when they leave the theater? They see the show, they walk out. What do you want to have in their heads?
Well, you know what I think, that you just never give up in life. It's like, this story is about 3 rival superstars that all were in the heyday in their time, and as fate has it, their day in the light kind of went and gone, and they're trying to revamp themselves again. So I guess what I'd think people to take away, that there's always hope, there's always a tomorrow, and just basically never giving up. Because that's what it's all about. These 3 got together, these superstars got together and came up with a plan to get back into show business, and they pulled it off.
That's great.
Yeah, so I guess that's what I would probably say if someone would take it with them. And then we have one of them, not to give the story away, one of them that, was an alcoholic because of, just the things that happen in her life, and ends up checking into AA and gets cleaned up, which you know, since you play the part of the attendant.
Right.
Yes.
So it's got redeeming stuff in it, and
It does. It's interesting too, because it's a comedy, but there is those dramatic moments too.
Yeah.
It's got a few. Yeah, it does. It's because it is. It's a comedy actually from, from page 1.
Yeah.
where our audiences laugh through the whole thing, which has been wonderful, which is how it was written.
And yet
but
it
it
has
does
some
have
very serious moments in it.
Mhm.
And,
Absolutely.
you know, Ursula playing Miranda. That's a very touching scene with you. And
Yeah.
no, it's like such a juxtaposition in a way, you know, because it's not just a comedy.
Correct.
You know, it's a drama in a way.
Yeah.
You know, but it's so much fun, and there's so much going on in it. You know, you get your money's worth when you watch.
Oh,
this
I think so.
play.
Never a dull
Really do.
moment. That's
Well, great
No.
comedy
Definitely.
always has moments of levity to it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's why people like, laugh the hardest after they've been crying because like, oh my god, you know, it really, you know, that moment of that
Right.
burst. There's nowhere else to go but crazy. So
Definitely. What are some of the challenges about doing theater in the round? This show is done in the round. I've never worked in the round before, so
Really?
it's been a lot of fun for me.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's like,
something
ooh,
very
that's
different.
Bubba Honkus. You know?
Yeah. Do I look this way? Do I look this way?
So, you know, it
was
has
that
been for me too. This has been my first in the round.
Yeah.
And this year, where we had, you know, as the real in the round, you have all 4 spaces open up, all the walls. We have one back wall, so that's closed, so we have 3 open up.
It's like in a horseshoe almost.
And it was challenging because, again, you know, being, you know, on stage most of my life, you know, you always want to keep yourself open up to the audience, you know. Here, once in a while, the back does go to the audience, but the difference is within the round, there's more a harmonious feeling between the spectator, between the audience and the actor, because you're really sitting in on them. You're
Yeah.
sitting in, but you're sitting right around the center of everything. So in regards to, you know, trying to keep people seen in their best light, you know, opening up at the right time, playing certain things on angles. So that's what I've enjoyed being in the round.
Mhm.
You know, it's been very different as opposed to, you know, just regular stage, you know.
It's a great acting exercise too. I think for us actors, it challenges us. And,
Absolutely.
you know, it's great.
That's like when we did rehearsals because, you know, we rehearsed in a warehouse, a carpet warehouse. So we were all boxed in with carpet rolls around us and pieces of wood. And it made you kind of have this boxed in feeling. But it's basically almost the feeling we had when we stepped on stage. Because instead of the carpet rolls or pieces of wood, it was live bodies now. So it kind of gave us a feeling of
transformation was easier.
Was easier
you know,
to transform.
because
You know,
the blocking was done, and
it was
yeah.
there. We just
Yeah.
duplicated, and once we went to
Great,
the
yeah,
stage,
it was-
and it
yeah.
all worked because
Oh,
the
yeah.
stage was right at the right size. you
And it
know,
felt
so-
like a gift when we got on stage too, because it was a little bigger than our.
We had a
rehearsal
couple
space, so
feet more.
had-
Yeah, we had a couple feet
Right.
more, a couple feet there more, and it's everything just seemed to work out. The set fit right into place.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a challenge in the round itself.
And it's
because of
such a
that.
perfect theater to do
Oh.
to the venue to do this play because the El Portal it has that history. When was it built? In the 1920s.
1926.
26. Amazing.
As a vaudeville house.
So it's a perfect play to do there, and you hit the nail on the head. for
And we
that.
looked around when Julie and I were looking at different theaters. We went all over, and you know, and El Portal being one of the most expensive, you know, that it was, but it was actually where this belonged since it was part of Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know, and again, it's in the Monroe Room, which is a wonderful 99-seat room, and they just revamped. It's got seats that were, I guess, were donated from the Directors Guild, if I'm not mistaken. that
Yeah,
were put
they're
into
really
there.
nice seats.
So, and it's been fun. You know, it's been in a good venue there actually.
I
Yeah.
think so too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think that when you work in a venue like that, there's always this feeling to me that there's, you know, you never know who's been on that stage. You never know what kind of history and what kind of, you know, things
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
That being said, we're getting ready to leave the other night. Just a little bit of information. We get ready to leave, and our one of the managers in the back that helps the box office is trying to rush. He says, "Wait for me." And we said, "What's the matter?" She says, "I'm not staying in this place by myself." I said, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "It's haunted." I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Oh no, it's haunted. I'm getting out of here." And I started thinking, because you always hear this about theaters, you know? And then found out the other day that I guess the ghost's name is Robert. Now, who he is, I have no idea. But as you said, there's been a lot of people on this stage since it came into being. A lot of people have walked these stages. So if it's haunted or not, I don't know. But hopefully he'll help fill the seats this week.
Right.
I was doing a little exploring in there, and I was checking out the dressing rooms in the other theater that's next door, and I did hear some weird creaking sounds. It's like, now I'm thinking about it, I wonder if it was Robert.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very dark, and it was
Robert.
and last night we had the Nutcracker doing their dress rehearsal at the theater next door. And I heard later that it wasn't bleeding into the audience, but it was loud in the dressing room.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's those little problems or little challenges that you don't think of.
See, now that's what Julia was saying. You could hear it. Now, I couldn't hear it in the theater itself.
Okay, well, then we were
I
fine.
couldn't, but you were saying inside the dressing room that you couldn't
Yeah,
listen to it.
yeah, I heard it too. Yeah,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Just not quite appropriate for our show.
Really?
Maybe.
Can't mix the two.
It could have been worse. It could have been techno.
Yeah.
It's really hard to give like center when it's not Tchaikovsky.
Which surprisingly would be very appropriate for our show.
Tchaikovsky?
Techno.
Techno?
No. Maybe
Techno.
not. Maybe not.
Right. Yeah, but just a question about the show. So so these actors have already had their heyday, and so they're looking to break back in. Is that what they're doing? Mm-hmm.
And it just said fate has them that they happen to meet. Again, it revolves around a pawn shop. You know, a Jewish pawnbroker that people from Bel Air, Beverly Hills, come in and pawn their stuff. And so there's one of the rivals happens to be there when someone walks in, another rival.
He's an ex-casting director,
Yeah.
the guy who owns the pawn shop.
Of
So
course
he has
he
his
is.
tie.
Of course
That's
he
how he
is.
knows the actors,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And
yeah.
he's kept in touch with them, and the new
Uh-huh.
ones coming in. So it just it has to do with these rival superstars, and just fate hasn't been in the same spot at the same time, and they come up with this plan, and that's why I think it's very funny on how they go and get this thing funded and the people
Yeah.
they encounter.
It's
and
great.
It's very different. It's very different
Yes,
than anything that
it's
you've
very
seen
different.
out there.
Absolutely.
You know, and this is something that was actually for a TV series. There's 17 episodes that ride off of this. So I'd really like to see someone out there that saw it and said, you know what, that would be a great TV series.
Because I think that there are a lot more opportunities for older actors than there used to be, and I think what's great is people tend to think that acting ends at 35, and I think that's really, really wrong. I think it just starts to get interesting then.
Yes.
I think just your category, of course, changes, and in many ways it should, and it's more exciting when it does. So I mean all the like girlfriendy roles, and maybe Lena, you know, I mean reading all those girlfriendy roles from when you're in your 20s. Oh my gosh, they're just horrible. I only wanted to play the villain because they were the more interesting ones, like the psycho girlfriend. You know, that's I would do that, but I didn't want to be like the girlfriend. I just want to be the one that was like crazy and trying to like stab you in the head or something, because that's what's more interesting. But as you get older, there's a much more depth to what you can tap into as an actor. Because you got life.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm excited for what's next. I can only imagine. I don't even know.
What a
40.
great way of
40's
putting
next.
it.
Just kidding. Moving on. I got the look.
I must say, your Brett and also Barry do a great job in the show.
Oh, wonderful.
Wonderful
Yes, they do.
actors.
And do they smell nice too?
I'll never live that down.
No, you won't, Julie.
Well, we're having a great time working on it. I'm sure
Yeah.
Barry would say the same thing.
Absolutely. It's
you.
It's
Thank
a
you.
lot of fun and rewarding, and it's been a pleasure and to work on it and develop the characters, and it's great stuff.
Thanks
How
for
many
the
are in the
opportunity, guys.
cast? How large of a
11?
cast is it?
We got 11, and there's 17
Yeah.
actually roles. There's 17 characters.
Uh-huh.
Is again, Brett doubles for a few characters. Actually, 3, right?
Mhm.
We got 3. We've got a couple other actors that double as a couple
Barry.
Barry. I'm sorry.
No,
Barry
go-
does a
sure,
couple.
yeah.
Absolutely. And Steven, I think Steven does 3. So there's 17 characters and 11 actors actually that pull it off.
And
Oh,
a
that's fun.
fantastic
Yeah.
accompaniment.
Oh, yeah, all
Billy.
the I couldn't, in those that, as Barry was saying earlier, one a male person pulled out, one of my main another character pulled out, and the people that came along were actually better than
Yeah.
those that were originally. So it's
It's
like
funny how that
great?
works.
It
right?
does.
Hallelujah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we had
Isn't
somebody,
that the best?
but we had somebody pull out 2 weeks before we went
Yeah.
on.
Oh.
2 weeks
A
before.
one of the major parts.
Major roles.
Yeah.
I
ma-
printed
yeah.
3 times on my artwork because people pulled out, and there's no way I could put artwork out there with somebody else's name on it.
Yeah, no.
So I did it 3 times. So, but
Right.
as I look at the whole picture now,
Yeah.
those that were supposed to be are the ones
Are the
involved
ones.
with this.
Yeah,
and now,
definitely.
as we're saying, as Barry's saying, now it's just time to have fun.
Yeah.
Go on stage and just
Right,
have fun,
right.
but now let the characters start meshing together. And,
Yeah.
Jean Carroll came on
Oh.
in 2 weeks and knew her lines
Unbelievable.
after
Yeah,
2 days.
she's great.
Seriously.
One of the 3 leads in the show.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, she did. She's done
It's
it.
amazing.
Yes, she did.
Oh, yeah.
And she's done stuff. I guess she was with Guiding Light for
Guiding Light.
years and
Yeah.
other things.
Oh,
she's done.
talk about
So
learning on the fly.
Yeah, that's why she was perfect for it. I
Yeah.
don't know if anyone else
Yeah.
could have done it.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
on that.
man.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
love those stories. I love like someone came and saved the day. It's like 42nd Street. You know, we got to find somebody. We got to
Yes.
get our Peggy Sawyer in there. You know?
So Dorothy,
lucky to get her.
when are you going to come see the show?
When am I? I think
Yeah,
I'll
Dorothy.
be coming the Thanksgiving week.
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll just do a double. I'll do a double day.
No show on Thursday.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yes. No, but I'll probably we'll
Let me know.
because we're gonna go to Barrymore at 2, and then I'll just make it an all-day theater day.
Oh, cool. So you
Yeah.
come on Saturday.
I'll come on Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Everyone else should come too. Go see the
Fantastic.
Bel Airs.
Absolutely.
At the El Portal Theater, elportaltheater.com for information on that.
Excellent.
And thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
today.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
for
so much.
inviting
Thank
us.
you.
Cool.
All right.
That wraps it up,
That
man.
wraps up another episode of La La Land.
Great.
I was going to say amazing episode, but I want to think of a better adjective for that. I'll get back to you next week.
Yeah.
Another-
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who do we have next week? Well, let's check
You're
the
getting,
schedule here.
Yeah, you're getting your flu shot next week.
I am.
That's good. You should.
The
You all should.
fantastic pharmacist Jill Colin is coming in here for the 4th year in a row and
Great.
giving me my flu shot live on air.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to join us, right? Producer, engineer, owner Van Erck?
Yes, I am. I don't know why I can't hear myself, but anyway, I was told that the cough I have, I could still take a flu shot.
Okay,
You're good to go? All right.
Yes, I'm
All
good to
right.
go. I talked to my doctor, and she gave me the okay.
All right.
Good.
Sounds good.
Good. And intern Sophie out there, if you're listening, you're not getting it out of it either.
That's right.
You're getting a flu shot too. So we're doing 3 flu shots.
Great.
The last time she was in, by coincidence, my first co-host on the show and my second co-host on the show just happened to be on that episode
Oh, okay.
at the same time, randomly.
Random.
It was just something I discovered this week. I don't really know particularly why I'm sharing it, but I found it interesting.
Okay.
Until then,
All right.
that's Dorothy Dillingham Blue.
And there's Brett Chapin.
And this is La La Land on LA Talk Live. We'll see you at the top.